Nick Gallo, KC Thunder. Shai, you guys didn't look like a team that got in at 3 o'clock in the morning last night. Why do you think that was?
We didn't like the way we played off our last back-to-back. We wanted to make it an emphasis to come out here and kind of play from the jump, be ready to go from the jump, and I think we did so.
Any catalysts in those opening few moments that, 5-10 minutes of the game that you felt like were kind of affirmations of that approach?
Not that I can think of, but I just think we were on our P's and our Q's from jump ball on both ends of the floor.
And then, guys like Ooze and Trey who haven't played a ton of minutes. Mark says, those guys are much better players than they were a year ago at this time. What are you seeing behind the scenes from some of these guys that haven't gotten extended minutes, but clearly have taken steps?
Yeah, they're in the toughest spot of the NBA. You have talent, you have skill, and you're just not getting the opportunity you'd like. And for those guys to come in every day, keep good spirits, work just as hard, it's a blessing and an honor to be around those guys, just because they could very easily be the other way, and nobody would blame them. And then in terms of on the court, they attack the program. They want to get better every day. They do so, and we do that across the board, whether guys are playing or not. And I think we're seeing the repercussions of it.
Shai, tonight Josh played really well, triple-double, 13, 12, and 10. A lot's been talked about of just his recent struggles, and I know you've mentioned before how important he is to your guys' offense, just getting the ball moving and things like that. It seems like it's easy sometimes for people to talk about when he's not playing well, but in games like this, can you just talk about the importance of his game to your guys' team and flow?
Yeah, Josh is an elite passer, very high IQ basketball player, obviously huge for his position. When he is making the decisions and when he's aggressive, he's a really good basketball player. And now when he's making shots, he just gets a whole lot better. And he went through a little bit of slump, obviously, and he's worked at it and got better from it. And that's all you can ask, is someone to recognize, look in the mirror, and get better from it. And that's how you grow as a player. And we're seeing that unfold in front of our eyes.
Just Martinez with the Oklahoma. And Shai, looking back a few years ago to that blowout loss to Memphis, the record-setting one, to where you guys are at right now, just how much of a learning moment was that game for you guys, and what have you seen out of the group in terms of the strides over the years since then?
Yeah, we've obviously come a long way from that day. I don't remember too much about it. I unfortunately wasn't playing, but I remember it was embarrassing, and I did feel bad just because I wasn't out there with them. But yeah, we after that game we addressed it, and we just made a promise to ourselves to never feel that feeling again. I think it's been a little bit of our fuel to get to where we are today.
Yeah, Shai, you haven't really risen much in the All-Star voting, but your MVP stock seems to be going through the roof. Does one matter to you more than the other?
I would MVP for sure.
Anybody else? You got Jamal in the front, then Dean in the back. We go Dean first. That's fine.
Well, I don't have my question yet. No. Shai, it sure seemed like it was a night that, you guys could have just jacked shots up and you were going to roll these guys anyway, but it looked like you and your teammates went out of your way to pass the basketball. Some of the assists were just incredible. I just wondered about the unselfishness and how much fun it is, how big a deal it is to you guys to play that way, that unselfishly.
Yeah, one of the big things Coach was harping on was just playing to our identity, and not building bad habits no matter the score. And like you said, it's easy to kind of lose sight of what we're supposed to be doing because we're up so much. But coming out of half, we wanted to make sure that we were still doubling down on the things that we're good at, and trying to create better habits and not build any bad ones going forward.
Obviously, the mid-range pull-up isn't new to you. I think last year was the first year you really started shooting like a crazy amount of them, and now this year you're shooting the same amount of attempts, but you're just hitting them at a higher rate. I just wonder what's going into the process of getting that shot and finding a better rhythm this year.
I just work at it. I've had more. I don't think it's anything different. Just me having more time to work on it. I've had a year of shooting them, a year under my belt, a year being comfortable in that position, and getting to my spots.
Anybody? Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
I'm just curious, you're 8 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. You struggled a little bit at the line by your standards.
lot of bit, yeah.
On the road trip. Did you
Yeah.
look at anything? Did you anything strike you about the way you shot it?
I was frustrated with it for sure. I've tried to just not harp on it too much. It's annoying though for sure. But I just tried to tonight just clear my mind and shoot free throws.
Last one. Go
One
ahead,
more. You were part of that. You didn't play, but you were part of that blowout 2 years ago. Played tonight. Do you ever have empathy for the other team when you're up? When you guys were up 60 whatever points at some point, is there room for empathy in the NBA?
Yeah, there is. It's we've been in a position and we didn't like the feeling. And you don't take a win for granted, but you can win by 30 or 40 without winning by 70. Now, I'm not mad for anybody for doing so. But yeah, it is. It's not a fun feeling for sure, at all.
Brad, did you have another one? No. All right. Thanks, Shay.
Yep.